Try this again. Good morning. My name is Carla Holland-Strange. It's technically Carla Strange, but it's also been just Carla Holland. Who knows? So just when you do something to me, just put all of those things in there. I've been doing these videos for a long time, and some of them are about vengeance, and some of them are about justice, some of them spirituality, and this is a mishmash, I guess, for all of them because it's things that need to be expelled from me so it doesn't rot me. I've used these for a long time. I started off with blogs, writing, and I stopped because I had a lot of followers, but I didn't feel that people were hearing what I said. So I moved on to doing YouTube so that I could at least purge, you know. My topic today is living and facing your fears. See, part of the transitional, the awakening that everybody just loves to talk about is actually facing your fears and guilts, things that you really truly feel bad about or are terrifying you inside. And the universe has seemed to force me into facing each one of my fears. I was afraid of closed spaces, so of course I got put in prison, and I was afraid of being alone, so I got put first in an abandoned hospital that I bought and facing the demons in there. And then I was 6 weeks in solitaire for no reason. They wouldn't give me any reason in prison. 6 weeks is illegal, by the way. People realize everything that's been done to me has been very illegal, and it's been done by the justice system. But I'm not here about that right now. I was always afraid, and I didn't even realize that till now, of finding true love because I guess in my inner soul, I never felt worthy of it. I'm just having to face that now. That I brought a lot of this on to myself in that I was always fighting my own insecurities. I was always a nerd. What can I say? But there was one fear that I never could stop. I don't care if you kill me today, you can. I'll go back to prison. I'm not afraid. But I fear for my children. I worry about my children. My children aren't little, they're grown. It's something that I've even cut myself out of my grandchildren's lives and my children's lives to protect them. Of course, nobody ever understands when you say that. I didn't want the bad, negative things to come to them that came to me. And everybody, it seemed like I was around, my friends, anybody I truly love, negative things would happen. And it wasn't because I was praying out on them. I was worrying about it so much that I feel that I may have brought it on by even worries, a form of fear, as my son just told me. I've been going through a rough patch in a relationship. A lot of emotional and verbal abuse. In fact, I've learned hardcore what narcissism is in the last little bit. For 3 years, I've been kept moneyless, friendless, exiled, watched, stalked all my emails, all my text messages, everything would be read. But finally, I said enough was enough. And I walked away with no coat, no shoes. It was 22-degree weather, but I walked away. I finally was ready to take that bitter cold outside rather than one more word of negative abuse. Yeah, not physical. No, that's the easy one. Bruises heal, emotional scars don't. I'm not the same Carla y'all know. The last few years have damaged me so much, I'm broken. I went to a friend's house and she welcomed me in lovingly and wonderfully. She had a little girl. X showed up. Could not stand a smile on my face. And he threatened her with CPS. My son offered for me to come to him. One thing I've been avoiding because I just couldn't bring him into harm's way. And he came and got me. Been wonderful. I got to be around my grandson. My accounts were hacked. I couldn't even get it into my emails. That's why this is a different account. I hope the people that really want to find me, find me. But I'm sure they will. That's the way the universe works. Barely got here. Started up. Far away from my other half. You gotta realize what I'm saying about my other half. At times, he's the most wonderful thing in the world. What they call love bombing. But those other times, when he's calling you old and shriveled and dried up, you start being that. You start becoming what others see you as, especially if you're never allowed out. I'd just say I was going to go for a walk, and he'd jump right up. Get mad at me for wanting to go for a walk. Have to keep this beautiful figure somehow. My sons are both awakened. I always say we're always awakening. We're learning each and every day. And I'm proud of them. And we all awaken to different belief systems and knowledges. Used to, I would argue myself silly, but what I've learned is to accept everybody's awakening because it's going to be different for everybody. It's been really hard on me and my sons, both. Because when I started awakening, they were the ones ready to put me in the loony bin. And then my atheist son, that's the one I'm staying with right now, all of a sudden started his beautiful awakening process. But with awakening, there are so many debts you have to pay. One, if we are very vocal on our awakening, the higher powers, they don't let us be around our children. We can't influence their truths and their beliefs. So they make it hard, especially if you're like us. We are really, really, really family tied. I tried to forget that for the last few years because I just was missing them so much. And if you're not going to be around them and you're missing all of your grandchildren growing up, you try not to think about it at all. I know it looked like crap. I didn't hardly get any sleep last night. And no, nothing kept me up, not even coffee. Just stress and worry. That's why I had to get this out. now. Colton tells everybody that I robbed him blind, yet I'm the one that walked away with nothing. He kept my cards, he kept my ID, my social security card, everything that says I am who I say I am. I have no money, never do, so my son is really trying. I mean, he bought me this outfit. He took all my pictures. He locked me out of all of my email and Gmail accounts. And Google, they've got it down as hacked. They saw it. They saw what I saw. I mean, I can't be in one city and another city at the same time on the same deal. But last night, Find My Device was on. So I went to this computer and it was showing 2 devices. One of them was CPS on speed dial. That was a threat to me about my grandson. My grandson, who's 14, email account was linked to mine, which has adult properties on it, and that could have hurt my son. This other device had turned on my locator. This other device, this CPS on speed dial, was here close to me. It had driven and relocated from Farmers Branch. And I have it. I have it backed up and I have it hid. So go ahead and try to erase it. Stalking. And you got to see, my ex is a lot younger than me. He's got a woman living with him. They've got everything I own. And yet he would do this, drive this far, come this far, to put fear in me. I contacted the FBI yesterday, and I'm praying that didn't get snagged. I talked to Google yesterday, who, though they can't do anything, Google needs to be really held accountable because they leave these back doors open for people to rob you of your past. All she could do is tell my bank because I had subscriptions and I was probably going to get charged for them. I won a little tournament. Well, it was a big tournament, I guess, because I won 0.57 Bitcoin the other day. And I'm pretty sure the transfer of that is why he took all my accounts. When you live with someone, in order to show that you trust them, you give them your passwords, you know your birth dates, and they know your social security number. And how do you protect yourself from that? He already called my parole officer when I do nothing. I don't even go out at night. I don't go anywhere or do anything. He has filed assault on me. I'm 60 and he is 34. He's 6 foot. I'm 5'6". I've never, ever assaulted a man. He had me pinned down one day and I brushed past him to get out the door so I could run, fight or flight. But they did nothing to him because he has no record. I didn't have a record either until Marlon. You just get tired of being an open victim. I'm not a victim. I keep fighting back. Don't they know yet? I'm not a light pagan. I'm not a dark pagan. I'm a gray. You attack me, I'm going to attack you. I will not do it first, but I will finish it. So it started on my friend last night, threatening him. And this girl that's staying with Colton, I've known her for years. This is probably one of the most evil people you'll ever know. And I've opened that door. I let her in, knowing that she has done shitty things to people forever. And what's funny is he didn't leave me for her. He's begged me back. He said he wouldn't touch her, and I'm not being mean. I'm not. It sounds narcissist as hell to me, but she doesn't have a footing. She's not going to be his girlfriend. She's not going to be anything, and I'm not jealous because I'm not fighting for that position either. She just likes it because he provides her high. She has nobody to turn to because she's turned everybody against her. During every battle and every verbal abuse, that's what Colton always uses on me. Everybody hates you. Everybody thinks you're a joke. Everybody. It's always his word, everybody. And when this happened, everybody came right to my defense. So my son and I were talking yesterday, and when he talks spiritually, he'll talk, and he gets real in depth. Where I try to get it where, a third grader can understand. Like writing a newspaper. So we have two different styles, as you would say, and he's brilliant. My son is brilliant, but all of my kids are. I mean, they are shining lights. Even the one that's in the dark right now, he is a beacon. He's strong. I mean, strong abilities. But what I don't understand is when you verbally speak your fears or your loves, the universe is so intent on magnifying it for some reason. Uh, that's what Brennan and I were talking about. As soon as I say I'm happy or, totally in love or whatever, something starts going bad. Even when I was so excited about starting school. Yeah. Counselors all decided to take the first week off, and I couldn't get logged in and this and that. And it was just like I was being sabotaged every way around. And I got where I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow. So depressed and everything. And no, everybody keeps wondering if I have any diagnosis. Nope. PTSD and seasonal depression. That's my diagnosis. So if you want to throw a mental label on me, go for it. But I mean, I've only been labeled those two things, and I'm very open with who I am. I don't hide. I mean, there's no point in hiding because eventually, if somebody wants to bring up your dirty laundry, they can. I mean, it's not that hard to find out. Like, if I found out shit on everybody. Inquisitive minds want to know. And I'm here for a reason. I know I was forced into it, and I wouldn't have done it otherwise because I'm too close to that evil town. But I get to know my son again, and he gets to know me without the boozing or men chasing or whatever, or the hardcore ambition except for school, and hopefully a new career. Yeah, I know I'm kind of old to start one, but I'm always into learning, and I'm always good at whatever I do, so. Yep, I do sound narcissistic today. But I truly am. I don't do a job unless I do what I love, and you're always good at what you love. What I'm trying to say in this little bit of time is that I'm not running from fear, and I'm not letting fear rule my life, Colton. So you can sit outside the door if you'd like. You can sit it with a gun cocked. I will walk in and out of that door, and I will knock on your window. So leave me alone. Because this time I got proven right. All this time, people said I was crazy for the cyber stalking shit, and eventually everything I said came true. Did it not? Everything that I said was being done to me was a fact. No, everybody could not believe that it was possible to do the SIM swap, the cloning, the ransomware, Jeffrey. And when the media hypes you up that ransomware is coming from terrorists, don't believe it. It's a bunch of money hungry gamers. It is. Greedy gamers. They get in those little chat rooms and they all learn from each other. And most of them, and I hate to say that, but most of the ones that are doing it, the little old nerds that got rejected when they were growing up. Well, I was a nerd too, bitches. Stop fucking with me. I didn't reject you. Hell, I didn't even get to go to a school dance. I'm not afraid of y'all. So, Kevin Harrison, who has massive, unaccounted for Bitcoin and stays on computers, or he had 16 devices on my internet when he was at my house. I checked my router. Colton Kane Gregg with 50 Colton Kane Greggs on the internet, which is kind of funny. Amy Sims, backstabbing little bitch that stays on her phone constantly or bringing negative shit into your household. And Jeffrey Crow, my dearest darling ex-best friend that I was getting some money somehow, not wanting to work, just like Colton and Amy and Kevin. What's wrong with working? I'd do it in a heartbeat. I want a job. Anybody want to harm me? I want a job. I want to make money. And I'm good. I'll clean your toilets. I mean, I don't care. As long as I can buy some makeup, because look how bad this looks. I'm not afraid of you, and I will go through with this, and I will push it. I got a text message from Amy last night. Come home, he needs you. And I went into it. That threw me into a tirade. I said, no, never. I'll go die under a bridge before I would go back to that evil house. The only thing I miss from that house is that beautiful, sweet dog that's going to pay the price. Where is Hooch anyway? Hooch is here too. Hooch, where are you? Hooch, Hooch. Guess he's hiding out from the camera. The hardest part is the transitioning. You actually have to live in your reality and many other realities. And the quantum and parallels thinking, it's real and it's true. How could I know so much about quantums and parallel universes with my background unless I have seen it in action and know? You can actually be in one region, and if you cross over a grid, you're in another. You've got a whole different life. I've had towns where I was respected and loved, or like Dallas and Marlin, I was feared, really. That's why they did me in. I know I was feared. I had no idea I was pagan. I had no idea I was a bloodborne. But they started attacking right away. To see that town is half and half light, half dark. I didn't even know what I was. Or Dallas, where you're set up to fail. And since I've been away from Colton, I stopped aging again. I've gone back into looking good. I see I'm still sounding like a narcissist, and I'm not looking and feeling so much better because he was like an incubus. Every night we laid together, he was sucking me dry. He was depleting me. And now they're hitting at the people I love and care about. And see, I still love them. I love Colton. He can't help what he's going through. He's just got a demon in him he's not going to be able to get rid of because he enjoys him too much. Just like Jeremy did. It's like having a whole new persona that's stronger. But as long as he's got that parasite, Amy and Kevin, do you really think I want that? Kevin spit right in my face. Amy will be laying on the couch, enjoying my hospitality and stabbing me in the back at the same time. She's a strong witch. But she is a very manipulative, shallow, narcissistic, selfish, spoiled, useless brat. I hate to say that about people because I usually like to see something good in them. I've tried and tried and I can't. I mean, I've done it for so long, and I do. I love Amy most of the time. But when they attacked my friend and her baby, that was war. And then go after my son and my grandson. You have never met a more protective granny than me. So don't fuck with me. They attached my grandson's email account to my email account, in which my email and account has adult stuff in it. And you're not going to get me in that role. Understand? I gave up my business in Las Vegas because shit like that. People using children when they should never use children as a weapon. If you have to hide behind a child, I'm gonna crush you. So don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my dog. Right? Right, Hooch? Right. Get up here. Come on, come on, come on. There's my boy. Carla, Holland-Strange. Many blessings. Peace. Massive orgasms if you can. But this is why you're going to end up in an asexual, non-emotional world and become what I know my future is the ice queen. Don't let your heart turn to ice. Peace out.